Good morning, students. Today I am going to give the one more clarity about the in this NCERT textbook paragraph in the same line of argument similarities in the proteins and genes origin. In the proteins and genes origin is same origin and different function. So same origin different function means that is example to the homology. See here in the textbook NCERT textbook in the same line of the argument similarities in the proteins and genes performing a given function among the diverse organisms give clues to the common ancestor. That means homology having the common ancestor. These biochemical similarities point to the same shared ancestor as structural similarities among the diverse organisms. Structural similarities means if we are observing the protein structure and gene structure. Genes means nucleic acid, DNA. If you are observing the DNA structure, gene structure or DNA structure, we can find out the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, that is common. And protein structure also. This inorganic molecule, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, like that. Their combination is that one. That means same origin. That molecular origin is same. But protein function is different and gene function is different. Gene act as a genetic material. And protein act as a hormone, protein act as a enzyme, protein act as a antibody. But different function here it is that. So that indicate with the common ancestor here in a homology. Now we will go for the next. Yesterday, one more clarity I am going to give the yesterday evidence of the embryological evidences. Now I am going to give you some more clarity about this embryological evidence. See, this one is the embryological evidences. Read Nana, this one embryological evidences. If you read this embryological evidences, see here, we also embryological support for the evolution was also proposed by the Ernest Haeckel. What he said, according to the Ernest Haeckel, all vertebrates in the embryonic stage. See, Ernest Haeckel based upon the observation of the certain features during the embryonic stage. Embryonic stage means embryonal stages. Common to all vertebrates that are absent in the adults. Common to all vertebrates that are absent in the adults. So that means he stated that many of the structures are origin from the common structures. And for example, the embryo stage of the embryonic stage. Suppose if you are observing the embryonic stage of all vertebrates including the mammals. See here, embryonic stage of the mammals. See, vertebrates including human develops a row of vestigial gill slits. See, I am going to give the clarity about this one. Here, see the diagram of this one. This diagram, what it is indicating with this one row, you can take like this. This one is the fishes. These are all vertebrates. Fishes, salamanders, and this one is the tortoise. Lastly, you can see here it is a humans. Before that, rabbits. Embryonic stage development. So embryonic stage development, if you are observing this, then like it is appearing like this. See, it's common in the fishes. Take the fishes. Here gill slit pouch is there, and next salamander gill slit pouch is there, and tortoise gill slit pouch is there, and chick gill slit pouch is there, and frog gill slit pouch is there. Lastly, you can see the nana and calf, rabbit, and human, including human also. In embryonic stage of these animals, from fishes to the humans, we are all having the gill pouches. That means we are also having the pouch like structure, but it is not gills. In humans also, a pouch like structure is common in the from fishes to humans. He stated that Then according to now, see here, what he stated, that statement, the statement, see that statement clearly was also proposed. Ernest Haeckel, common all vertebrates, common all vertebrates. It is common in all vertebrates. Common embryos of all vertebrates, including humans, develop from a row of vestigial gill slits. A row of the vestigial gill slits. Sorry. A row of the vestigial gill slits. This one is the gill slits. We observed in the diagram, in gill slits origin in a human embryo also the same. But it is disproved by the Carl Ernst von Baer. He stated that all vertebrates, include invertebrates also, they are originated from the commonly not embryonic stage. He stated that Carl Ernst von Baer, all animals originated from the embryonic layers. But he stated that Ernest Haeckel stated that embryonic stage is common. But Carl Ernst von Baer stated that embryonic layers are common. That means ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. That is the conclusion about the embryological evidence. Next we will discuss about the adaptive radiation. This one is the adaptive radiation, Anna. See the adaptive radiation. This one is the adaptive radiation. What is adaptive radiation? We'll see the adaptive radiation. The evolution of different species in a given geographical area. Starting point of the evolution of different species in a given geographical area, starting from a point and literally radiating to other areas of geography, is called as the adaptive radiation. Simple one example I am giving to you. Suppose a person is vegetarian person. Example, suppose in India one person is vegetarian person. Actually by birth he is a vegetarian person, Nana. But what happening, he is migrated for job purpose, he is migrated from other area, from other country. Their own vegetarian is not available. Only non-veg is available. What is his option? Either he has to eat that non-veg or maybe he has to die. You understood, na? So either he has to change his food habits or he should be died. That is only habitat. So that this vegetarian person, when he migrated from other area in other country, then due to non-availability of the vegetarian, he is adapted for the non-vegetarian also. On the same concept, this adaptive radiation is involved. See, now example for this one is the Darwin finches, Australian marsupials, placental mammals. So what Darwin stated, the Darwin finches, Darwin find out some small big birds. See here, small birds. So Darwin identified some birds. That bird's name is Darwin finches. These birds' names are called as the Darwin finches. He named these birds in the Darwin finches. He observed these birds in the Galapagos Island. Galapagos Island. Their origin is vegetarian beak, vegetarian origin. Whatever these birds are, wherever these birds are origin, by birth they are the vegetarian birds. Due to the non-availability of the food or maybe competition of the food in origin place or native place, these birds are migrated to another area. There another type of food is available, that is the flesh food is available, flesh is available. So that after migrating, these birds are adapted to the flesh habitat. Flesh means meat, flesh habitat, flesh eating habitat. See this one is the pointed beak, means this one is a pointed beak. Pointed beak means seed habitating. Those birds are having the same birds, but another area in the Galapagos Island, two different areas. Beak is become here is thick and stout. Why it is become same bird, same species? Due to migration, geographical migration, they are adapted to the flesh eating habitat. Why? Because non availability of the food. Now I will read this one. See here. Darwin finches. Darwin find out some small big birds in Galapagos Island. Find out some small big birds in Galapagos Island. He called them as a Darwin finches. He observed many varieties of the finches origin in the same island. So that is important. Origin in the same island. Originally they are in the seed eating habitat. Important. Originally they are in the seed eating habitat. Vegetarian finches with pointed beak. But due to the adaptive radiation, some birds adapted to the flesh eating habitat. Adaptive radiation means migration, original place. See here, adaptive radiation means the evolution of different species in a given geographical area, starting from a point. That is important. Starting a point, and literally radiating means moving. Radiating to other areas of geography is called as the adaptive radiation. Now, this one is the adaptive radiation.